Hey everybody, I know I said I was going to come to you and title those videos Eczema Diaries and discuss things, conditions with having eczema, but I'm coming to you with this first. I'm possibly facing termination due to my skin condition, due to me having eczema, which is something that I can't control, something that I can't help, and there's no cure for it. Recently it was brought to my attention. I wear gloves in my hand. They're cotton gloves. People in the 80s used to wear them all the time, and I wear them on my skin, and I've been wearing these gloves since high school. And I wear them over my eczema. I even wear them, even when I didn't have eczema, but it's a good thing for me to have on my skin to keep certain elements out of my skin when I'm having a flare-up. So right now I'm having a flare-up, a really bad flare-up. And recently at my job, I've been wearing these gloves at my job for 2 years. Now they want to know why I've been wearing the gloves on my skin, and actually had the audacity to tell me, we hate for you to be terminated over this, but I can't help having eczema. But they were talking about termination for the gloves, so I discontinued wearing the gloves. But I did explain to them the reason why I was wearing those gloves. I explained to them my condition. I explained to them, how my skin cannot afford to be exposed to certain things. That I wash my hands probably more than they do. But my skin wasn't getting better because of the hand sanitizer that has alcohol in it. The soap that has probably lauryl sulfates and all other kind of things in it that are very harmful chemicals that just irritate the eczema. So after explaining, that I need some type of protection on my skin at all times. The latex gloves that they provide break my skin. Pretty much the nitrile gloves, any glove irritates my skin while I'm having a flare-up. They just make my skin itch. So we went back and forth with that. I think I let my emotions get the best of me, because with me having eczema and I've been dealing with this all my life, I sometimes I know I used to, but I guess with this I just felt like I was being attacked a little bit, and by them not knowing that I had eczema, excuse me, it just kind of made me go to an emotional place. I probably could have been a little bit more professional the first time that they brought this question to me. So to make a long story short, I discontinued wearing the gloves, and I started wearing long sleeve shirts, which I got in trouble because for wearing the long sleeve shirts, because I cut holes in them, because like I said again, I have to keep things out of my skin. I can't go to work and lay my hand down on the table, if I have open wounds in my hands, because who was on that table before me? What did they leave behind that I rest my arm there, and then I get a staph infection? So I started wearing the gloves I started wearing the long sleeve shirts with the holes cut out in them, and I just started wearing just really long sleeve shirts that cover my whole entire hand. No, nothing has been said about that so far, thank goodness. I recently went to the doctor because they told me if I brought a doctor's excuse that said that I needed to wear the gloves, then I'd be able to do that. I'd be able to wear them. Well, here, or I'm not sure if it's like that at your state or city, wherever you're at, to get a dermatologist appointment here, it can take months because we don't really have that many here. So I finally got the appointment. So I got another doctor to kind of get me as a shoe-in so I can get one quicker. But it still took a couple months. Excuse me. So I go to the dermatologist. I explain to them everything that happened. They write me an excuse to wear the gloves. I call up my boss. I explain to him what's going on. There's a problem. The doctor can't go against their guidelines. This is a medical excuse. Your policy cannot go against a medical condition. You can't, a job cannot override what your doctor says. In my opinion, if I'm wrong, then someone correct me. But that's just the opinion that I had, or just the knowledge that I had on that matter. So I had to come in. Came in, went to HR, explained to HR what happened. Infection prevention comes down. I explained to them what the doctor said. Gave them the doctor note. They read it. Still a problem. Mind you, keep in mind, they told me to get a doctor's excuse. If I got a doctor's excuse, I can wear the gloves. Got the doctor's excuse. There's still a problem. Still can't wear the freaking gloves. It goes against their guidelines of infection prevention. Now, 2 years ago, I guess you guys didn't care about infection prevention because I've been wearing them, so you weren't concerned with health reasons then. So I don't know. I go back to the doctor. They call my doctor. They speak. They talk on the phone. I go back to my doctor. They write something else for me. This is, I wish I had it right in front of me. I'd read it to you, but I don't, and I don't want to get up in the middle of it while it's filming to do that. But it explains my condition. It explains, that I will be wearing cotton gloves, not these fashion gloves, but medical cotton gloves on my skin, along with the latex glove that they provide, along with a band under it that I will never remove. I can't, because while my skin is open like this, washing my hands excessively, my skin will never heal. It will never get better, especially using hand sanitizers and everything like that. But the cotton glove will work as a barrier against my skin, along with the latex gloves. There's still a problem with that, because the band that I'm wearing under the cotton gloves, they want me to change it out often and all this, that, and I can't do that either. I have to keep something on my skin at all times while I'm having a flare-up, or my skin will never heal. So I'm possibly still facing termination. Now they're trying to accommodate me with other jobs. 2 jobs that they mentioned make less money than I do. I can't afford a pay cut. And if I didn't have an apartment or family to take care of, then I wouldn't care. I moved back in with mom and dad, and call it a day until I could, find another apartment that's cheaper that I could afford. But that's not the case. I have to keep making the same amount of money or more. Now, mind you, I would have not wasted my time becoming a CNA if I knew that my eczema would have been a problem. So now they're saying I can't come back to work until my skin heals. My doctor gave me 2 weeks. My skin's not going to be healed in 2 weeks. I can go ahead and tell you that for right now. It's not going to be healed in 2 weeks. Well, we'll see how your skin looks when we come back, and we'll discuss it as such. I've got the EEOC people involved. Once I fax that claim in and get a case, I just want that on file, so if they do try to terminate me, then I can proceed with getting with an attorney and seeing where I can go with this. But I'm not as upset and haven't been crying like I thought I would, because I can't help having eczema. I've been dealing with this my whole life. I've had this ever since I was a baby, and there's nothing I can do about it. I go through periods where my skin is just as clear. You couldn't even tell I have eczema. Right now I'm going through a flare-up, and I've been being patient, but apparently my job doesn't want to be patient with me. So, but I'm not just going to let them fire me, and I'm not going to do anything about it. I am going to do something about it, and I will fight this. And my mom didn't raise me to be a pushover. She didn't raise me to be aggressive or or loud or rude or anything like that, but she did raise me to stand up for what I believe in, and I believe that this is wrong, and I'm going to stand up for myself. It's just to the point to where I think my job is just basically trying to get rid of me because they don't want to deal with this. and that's discrimination. That's wrong. You know, I'm not one of these people who just want to say, well, that's fine, fire me, I drop my unemployment. I'm anti-government. I don't even believe in unemployment. I don't care if unemployment, I guess not unemployment, I mean, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, you know, I don't want to have to draw welfare. I don't believe in welfare. Now, in this case, if push came to shove and I actually had to, like, no other choice, no other way to get my bills paid, then I probably have to suck up my pride due to my family and do it. But I'm really trying so that I won't have to, because I don't believe in government assistance and I don't want them to help me. That's just my views on that. But if you have eczema and you're probably not facing termination like me, but just know that I understand how you feel. Just know that I understand what you're going through having eczema, especially if you're going through flare-ups, because it can be embarrassing. It can make you have depression because you probably feel that you don't have anybody who understands. It's a miserable feeling, and it can make you self-conscious, but you know, you just kind of have to stay confident in yourself. This is just a part of who you are. And as far as my job situation, I just keep my faith is in God. It's in His hands now. It's up to Him what's going to happen. I'm sure He made this happen for a reason, and I'm just going to roll with what He's doing, and I'm going to fight it. Well, you guys have a blessed day. Peace and blessings.